have experienced a miracle already today? Woohoo! I see some hands. They're always there. They're always present, waiting for us to see. And when we see the miracles, then we help to bring about the consciousness of the kingdom of heaven here on earth. And so that was our practice last week, to choose heaven. I've been thinking about the Daniel Nahmod song all week about, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. So who chose heaven this past week? Who practiced that? Well, raise your hands up high. All right, there's a few of you. That's good. And so knowing that any of you who took on that practice of choosing heaven today must have had an insight, an aha, a new understanding, something to share with us. I want to ask those of you who practiced it, who might want to share something about that experience? Marilyn. Marilyn is always like, I don't know, I don't want to keep raising my hand. I want to give other people an opportunity, right?
Yes, that's very true.
Yes.
But I did have a beautiful week this week. My practice is always to choose heaven and to be loving and kind. And when I'm not choosing heaven, wow, do I notice it. And I had a couple of experiences where I had to ask God for help, and then just beautifully that help just came right away. And so choosing heaven is just like skipping and hugging and holding a baby. It's a wonderful thing, and I would want to do it every day. And when I fall off the path, I'm so glad that God catches me and I get back on.
Yay. Thank you for choosing heaven this week and every day, Marilyn. Who else? Anybody else want to share your experience? Yes, Rita.
My experience was different than Marilyn's, and this is so easy. It was a choice, and it was right there all the time.
And it was easy.
And it was easy.
And it was easy. Yay, Rita. And it was easy. Okay, one more. Mary Lee?
Yeah, I was troubled about what's going on in our world, and then connecting with God, I realized that there is a reason for all this, and we're opening up to that the light is really more powerful than all of this. Yes. And that we can be that light and bring that about, and we can take it to in November.
So be that light, be that love, be that in action, right? Choosing heaven today. So thank you for your sharing. We're moving on today to the idea of abundance. And so to help us with our message today, there's an old Unity song in the hymnal called Love is Like a Magic Penny. So I've got my helpers out in the community out there. And what's going to happen is we're going to be singing this song together. And as we do so, we're going to be passing out pennies. But the thing about it is you can't just hold on to it. You have to give it away. So how many pennies can you receive and give away while we sing this song together? All right, everybody get your part? Let's go.
Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away.
Give it away.
Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more. It's just like a magic penny, hold on tight and you won't have any. Lend it, spend it, and you have so many. They'll all over the floor.
Give it away.
Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more. is something and you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something and you give it away, you'll end up having more.
Listen to the joy, right? Listen, all right, you can find your seats again. Where are my kids? Did you all participate? Come and share with me for a minute. Come on up and share with me. Any of the children who want to come up and have a conversation for a minute? You.
Somebody gave me like this many.
Oh my gosh, so Jake and Alice are like, can we keep these pennies? Somebody gave me 5 pennies. Somebody gave me 4 pennies. Can I keep them? You get to do whatever you want with your pennies. So what was that like? Was that fun? Yeah? And did you get to give out lots of pennies?
Yeah.
Yes. And did you get to receive lots of pennies?
Yeah.
And can you see how it's a lot like love, right? You give it out, and you give it out, and you give it out, and what do you get back? Love. Can you think about anything else that's like that?
It's when you give a code to somebody else, and then they give you a code.
It's like when you give what to somebody else?
A code.
A code?
A code.
A card. It's like they give you a card, and then you give somebody else a card, like that?
Like a trading.
Yes, like a trading card. I'm not up on the kids' lingo here. Right? What else? What else is like that, like love, that you give it away and you keep getting more? Yes, Kylan.
You share your coat with somebody.
Like you could share your coat with somebody, right? And then somebody might share a coat with you. Yeah. What else? Can you think of something?
You buy stuff.
You can buy
give
stuff
money and then you get like a toy or something.
so you give money away and you get something in return when you buy things, right?
Like you get a gift.
Like when you get a gift, you receive something, right? Right. How about like if I give somebody a smile, if I gave you a smile, might I get a smile back? Yeah. How about if I give you my anger? Might I get that back? Yeah, right. Whatever we give out, we get back again. All right, you can take your pennies and you get to do with those pennies whatever you want. All right, thank you. How did that feel to all of you, to be giving and getting pennies? Fun. Fun. Anything besides fun? Uplifting. Freeing. Anybody else? Did anybody get tired of getting pennies? Like, oh my God, when is this song going to end? Yeah, I'm seeing hands. Where else do you do that? I'm having too much of this. I don't want any more. We begin to shut off the flow of abundance in our life. How many, if you noticed on your way in, out in the parking lot or out on the sidewalks, if you noticed pennies laying on the ground, stand up. All right, so those who are standing, stay standing. Those who are standing, stay standing. And notice the rest of you didn't notice the pennies. There were like 200 pennies thrown out there. Okay, so those of you who are standing, if you kept the penny or picked up the penny, that's what I should say. If you picked up the penny that you saw, sit down. If you picked up the penny, sit down. If you didn't pick up the penny, stay standing. Okay, so I want to know from those of you who are left standing, you saw the pennies laying out there, you saw the abundance, but you chose to walk right by it. Are you aware why you chose to do so? All right, so if you feel willing to share, I'm going to invite you to share. Why did you walk by the pennies? You saw them. Yes.
I just thought it was a sign from my mother.
You, Gail, saw it as a sign from your mother, and Laura's saying yes to.
Well, sometimes I pick them up. My friends told me when a dear friend died that they were signs, pennies were signs from heaven. And sometimes I pick them up and I keep them, but other times I leave them for someone else to see.
Okay, thank you, Gail. And Laura, you can sit down. Who else didn't pick up their penny and is aware of why didn't you pick up the penny?
I was rushing.
You were rushing. I've got to get into church on time. I don't have time to pick up a penny. All right, rushing by the good.
I've always heard that your guardian angel watching over you. So I thought, okay, my guardian angel's watching over me. Maybe someone else needs it too.
Similar idea. Somebody else might need this. I got my sign, but somebody else might need this. Carl.
I thought there has to be something else going on here. And there was something else. I had more pennies than I need anyway, so.
Okay, so there must be something up here. So I'm a little bit cautious right now. And I got more than enough anyway. I don't need any more. Thank you, Carl. Tom.
So do I have to say something so I can sit down?
Yes? You what?
Rushing.
Rushing right by my good. Lenny?
I was on a mission to come straight in and do something, and figured if they were there on the way out, I'd consider it.
All right. And they probably will be. Do you want to share, Barb?
If they have to be like on a certain side, the head up.
Wait.
But also it is a message from heaven, and so I leave it there for someone else too.
Okay, so I love that, Barb, that you said, it's got to be showing up the right way. Like it's got to be either heads up or tails up, but unless it's the right way, like I think it ought to be, I'm not going to pick it up. Not my good. Connie.
Down there to get it.
Oh, it's so hard to reach down there and pick up my good. It might make me move into that place of uncomfortable. There is a story that Mary Alice and Richard Jaffola tell in the book The Quest, which gives a lot of unity teachings, basic unity teachings. And in the chapter on abundance, they tell this story about Spanish ships that used to sail and trade. And they would come by the coast of South America, where today the country of Brazil is. And sometimes the trade winds would stop blowing, and they'd run into what was called the doldrums. Right? And those doldrums meant that the wind was not blowing, and they kind of got stuck there and drifted, didn't go anywhere. And that might last for days, and that might last for weeks, that the ships just sat there. And after a period of time, the sailors on that ship would run out of things like fresh water. And so sometimes a local fishing boat might come sailing by them, and the sailors on the ship would yell out, "We need help. We need some fresh water. We're all out." And the local fishermen would say to them, "Just take your cup and dip it into the water. Because right here where you are, fresh water is." Because you see, they were at that point off the coast of the continent where the Amazon River was rushing to the sea. And even today it has been measured that 100 miles out from that mouth of the Amazon River rushing to sea, 100 miles out is fresh water, drinkable water. And of course, this is a metaphor for each one of us, that whatever it is that you think you need here, now, in this moment, all you need to do is take your cup and reach down into the depths of your consciousness and find whatever it is that you need, even a magic penny, as you walk in the doors here. But we have to recognize it and say yes to our good. It's up to us to recognize the ordinary miracles that are everywhere present in our life. So today's topic is abundance. It's not what you think it is. Because so many of us think of abundance as getting something. I have a hard time with some of our prosperity classes because the focus becomes on what am I going to get? So if we want to experience joy, for example, we might think that in order to experience that joy, I've got to get something out there that's going to bring me that joy. Whatever that might be for you. Everybody's different. And then the problem is we get that thing that's going to bring us joy, or that experience that's going to bring us joy. And you know what? It's true. We experience a moment of joy in that, don't we? But then it fades again. And we're left with this emptiness inside of us again that we feel like we have to fill up again. Or it's peace. I want to experience my peace. And so something has to happen out here for me to experience my peace. Something needs to happen out here to shift so that finally I can be at peace. And perhaps that something does shift. And perhaps for a moment we experience peace, and then our peace is lost again because we're looking out there for it. Do you all recognize what I'm talking about? Do you have those things in your life that you are seeking out there that's going to give me what I feel is missing from within me? And it becomes then about what's in it for me. How can I get what I think I need? But what I want to suggest to you is that true abundance is recognizing that you already have all that you need right here, right now, and that true abundance isn't about getting, but it is about giving. Giving something away. The joy that you felt in giving those pennies away, the connection that you felt in giving those pennies away, the giving away is what brought up for you the feeling of joy and prosperity and abundance and connection, unless you got tired of the song and then you went to, I'm tired of this and when is this going to be done? But it's all your own experience happening within you, right? So in unity, what we know is that God is the source of all of our good, that to bring about the kingdom of heaven here on earth, we have to recognize that we already have everything we need within us. And that prosperity is much more than stuff and money. That we can experience prosperity in healthy, vibrant, alive relationships. That if I decide what I want is more love, where am I going to find that more love that I'm looking for? It's inside, right? It's within. So if I want to experience more love in my life, I might think that that looks like I'm going to attract to me. I already have my man, but let's just say a man to my life, right? I can bring Aaron one. I want that man in my life so I can experience that love. But true prosperity, true abundance is knowing you've got all the love in the world within you. You've got that very spirit of love itself in you, the power of love itself within you. So how do you experience more love, Aaron? And? By giving it away. By giving it away. It's not enough to just know, oh yes, the love is within me. That's not enough. We also have to take the next step and give it away. How many opportunities do we have in any given day to give love away? Endless opportunities. And when we give that love away, what will we experience in return? Love. And suddenly we'll realize that it's not dependent on something out there for me to experience that love. I have the power within me to experience that love, and that is abundance. If I want to experience health and wholeness in my life, then what I have to do is ask myself, how can I give my body, for example, health and wholeness? It might mean that I've got to readjust the way I eat, right? Choose to give my body healthier things to eat so that health and wholeness can be demonstrated. It might mean that I've got to give my body time to exercise and to move. It might mean that I've got to give my body time to rest and to sleep. And in the process, what I discover through that is that health and wholeness may begin to demonstrate in my body the very thing that I'm looking for, that is found within me by following that wisdom. Now, I want to share with you, because I think it's really important to do so, that sometimes what we feel like we want and desire and need, like that health and wholeness, is going to show up in a certain way. If I'm facing a health challenge, it's going to mean that my body is healed and I am now whole and healthy and strong and hallelujah abundant. But sometimes it doesn't look like that. So yesterday, as an example of this, I will share with you that one of our beloved congregants, Rebecca Cortez, does anybody here know Rebecca Cortez? Raise your hand if you do. So there's a couple of hands. Rebecca was diagnosed with cancer probably about a year and a half ago, and she let me know that. And she stood firm in her faith that she was going to heal from this. She held that in her consciousness. But unfortunately, that wasn't to be for Rebecca. At least not the way we expect it to be if it shows up abundantly, right? Because Rebecca passed away on Tuesday. I did her memorial service yesterday. Now we can all go into that, and see again from that place of lack and limitation, or we can come back to the truth that I know Rebecca knew and continues to know. And that was that Rebecca always showed up positively. Rebecca always showed up in faith. Rebecca showed up with hope. Rebecca showed up letting her light shine through it all. Rebecca showed up aware of God's power and presence in her life. And the last time that I saw her was about 3 weeks ago. She was in hospice here. And I walked into her room, and here she was in hospice knowing what was coming, and the biggest smile was on her face. Abundance. While it wasn't showing up as a perfect, whole, and healthy body in this form, she knew her wholeness and her holiness through her faith and her experience in that faith. She knew God as the unlimited strength that was helping her to persevere through what the situation was. She knew God as the understanding, standing under everything that was occurring. She took this as an opportunity to know God more. And that's abundance. When you and I, in spite of any challenge that we might be facing, know God as the source of all of our good, all of our peace, all of our strength, all of our wisdom, all of our creativity, all of our divine ideas. When we know God is source and know that no matter what we are walking through, God is source, is providing the way, giving us everything that we need, that is abundance. And we achieve it as we become willing to just give it away. Give it away. You want to know peace? Give peace away. You want to know love? Give love away. You want to know joy? Give joy away. You want to know understanding? Give understanding away. You want to know compassion? Give compassion away. Whatever it is that you want to know, give it away again and again. And you will know abundance. So how many of you need practice with that? Yeah. Look, now wait. Raise your hands. Look around. I mean, I see almost every hand raised, right? So glory be, this community is so abundant for you because we even give you the practice, right? You don't even have to think about it. You just have to take this on and do it. So here's our practice. As you journey through this week, pause before spending any money and give thanks. It doesn't matter if the money that you're spending is cash or a check or a credit card or a text to give. Give thanks. Bless your bills as you receive them. How many times does the electric bill come in and we all go, oh? No. That is lack and limitation consciousness. We get that electric bill and we go, glory be, my house was warm this past month. Thank you, God, that I have the funds to be able to pay this. I get to go to the water faucet and turn on that hot water and take a hot shower. Isn't that worth the price? I get to go into a grocery store and buy my groceries, and I have an abundance of choices, more choices than I can even hardly imagine. Isn't that amazing? So to pause before you spend that, I missed that one. Little teeny voice back there said something. It's their private joke. But you get what I'm saying, right? to be aware of the everyday, ordinary miracles that are here and a part of your life that you get to pay for because you've received. And in receiving, we give, right? So bless your bills as you receive them. Bless your payments as you send them in. And as you do this, take a breath. Remember, God as source has richly provided so that you can do what is yours to do. That is abundance. When you receive a divine idea that says, Tom, this is yours to do, you don't even have to pause and think, oh my goodness, how will I do that? Abundance consciousness says, this is what I have been called to do, and the way will be made known to me. And I will walk it a step at a time. Will you join me in that this week? Yes. All right. Give it away. Give it away. Give it away. God bless. Oh, wait. Because here's the thing. I didn't have time to mention tithing, and some of you are sitting out there going, phew. But that is also an opportunity to give thanks for the spiritual sustenance that you receive here, for the new understandings and the growth of knowing your spirit more deeply. And so please take that too as an opportunity to support this community and give it away. Thank you.